Night opportunity call, folks. This is all about manifest an incredible opportunity. I'm going to let Robert talk about that, folks. Mr. Robert M. Burns is from the Seattle area in the USA. Robert is network marketing, folks. Over 30 plus years. An incredible leader. A great friend that I've got to know over the last year. Worked closely with in businesses. And guys, I've learned so much, and I'm going to hand it over to Robert, and no doubt he will have this opportunity call on fire. Okay, guys, over to Robert.
Thank you very much. Every time you say 30 years, I feel ready for the old folks home. Oh, it's all good, all fun. Ken Cito with a cigar. I like that. It reminds me. I sound like I've smoked about 100 before this call. I really am not dying. I swear I'm not. It's just some kind of weird allergic thing. We'll figure it out. Welcome to the call today. Glad you're here. We're going to show you some really great information and have some fun along the way. That is a certainty. So what we're going to cover is some of the key points that you'll see, and there's a lot of stuff that in the interest of time we won't cover, but you'll be pleasantly surprised when you discover some of the things that are here in Manifest. But I want to start with manual trading because that's available everywhere. Manual trading, a couple of different forms this comes in, one of which is signals that come in from the traders, and I'll go over that in a little bit of detail here in just a moment. The other is passive trading. This is a really popular thing, sadly not available in the USA, but it is available in many countries. It truly is passive. It's a PAM account. You go get your account set up, and then it trades into your account, and it's just excellent. Really, really great results, which you'll see, and recently been off the chart. Really good. The other thing we do, by the way, with manual trading, Robert and I do a live trading room Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as a value add, and we're doing that on a regular basis. And we're very excited about what's happening there. The progression there is nice. We have a lot more winning days than losing days. In fact, I can't remember the last losing day. It's been a while. So we had another really good one today, and it's exciting. For those of you that don't know me, I'm 65 years old here in the Seattle, Washington area on the west coast of the U.S. in the lovely Pacific Northwest. Well, lovely most of the time. We have 12 nice days a year every year. I'm told, by the way, that London and England has weather that is similar to ours. My condolences in advance. Ken Cito to my north has Vancouver. It's about the same. So we live where it rains a lot. Big trees, big fish. My wife is Anna, and her daughter, Alexandra, came from Romania originally, and actually both are there right now. My wife is visiting our daughter, Alexandra, and our brand new grandson that's just 7 months old. My son, Robbie, is in Bozeman, Montana. I'm into fly fishing, which ties into Montana perfectly, and bass guitar. I like both of those a lot. And when I'm not doing things of a professional nature, I find myself doing one or the other of those. Also, on my professional resume, the common theme in all of those is the product itself makes money. And while I've marketed a number of things, the things that I always gravitate back to are things where the product itself makes money. Somebody can be a customer and make money here. You'll see that readily. And the other things on that list, of course, share that same concept. And then lastly is internet marketing and team building. Been doing that for a long while, actually since the late 80s. It's a bit more than 30 years now, which is hard to imagine, but it is. Now, before we get into anything that I'm about to show you, trading is risky. I'd encourage you to take a screenshot of this slide just so that you remember this, because it is important to remember, and never risk funds you cannot afford to lose. In other words, I don't know what your risk tolerance is, but when you start out, it's a really good idea to trade a demo account first to cut your teeth, and that will enable you to gain confidence, gain strength in trading, and then you'll know when you're ready. And it's the most impossible question to answer for somebody. They'll say, well, how long will it take? I don't know. The reason I don't know is, or we don't know, is What do you show up to the party with? Have you traded before? Are you good with computers? Good with numbers? See, these are things that are really variables for everybody. But if somebody is inclined to trade and they're willing to roll up their sleeves and go to work, we'll show you how you can make money over time. How long it will take, not sure. That will depend on you. Now, this is the thing I want to start with. This is a product called Supercharged. What is Supercharged? Supercharged is passive income generating PAM account. You sign up with a PAM account, you fund the PAM account, you can then monitor the PAM account on your trading platform. Once it's set up, you don't have to do anything. It truly is passive. These are the results that have been achieved over actually, which is really remarkable. This is since April of 2018. And you notice that there is a 7.93% monthly rate, which is a good number because when you consider this is almost 6 years worth of data. It's in April, it'll be 6 years, so a couple of months away. And so this is a very good number. It's had a drawdown as high as 28.62%. The thing I'm not crazy, this, by the way, for those that are new to Forex, this is a report or a reporting metric, a mechanism that reports trading results, and it's one that's widely considered a good one. When you see real account up here and the fact that trade track record and trading privileges are verified, that means it's real. This, however, is a complaint I've had about my FX book for a while. This often is overstated, and it might have been 5 years ago. It was a high watermark at one point. Is it hitting that hitting that type of drawdown number these days? Hard to know. So, you can get a look behind the curtain if you get the link here and look over here at drawdown and get some better idea of that. But when you just see it on face value right here, it can be misleading. These are results. I forget when I think this was just before Christmas, but you see, you get the result per day, the result per week, the result per month and per year. And then in this case, because it goes back 5 years, if you had this link and you scroll down a little bit, you can get this link from your sponsor, by the way. You scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the previous years and you'll see how it did year to year, year in, year out. And it's obviously very compelling when you have something that you don't have to, the old expression, look, mom, no hands. And it really is that. It really is passive. The other thing that's exciting here is we've got some very, very capable people that are the educators. This gentleman right here is generating our intraday trading signals. These are gold signals. These are S&P 500. These are US 30, NAS, occasionally some other instruments but the three that he trades the most clearly are getting pinged all over the place here. Excuse me just a minute. I've got to turn down some volume here or we'll keep getting interrupted. The ones he trades the most are gold, S&P 500, and the US 30, and then a smattering of other ones, and all intraday. Very rare that he goes interday, meaning swing trading. On the other hand, Reynaldo Soriano, he is a classic swing trader. He's trading major Forex pairs, does a great job of it, and he's somebody that trades less, but his trading results, his win rate is nipping at 90% most of the time. You're going to see Mohammed's results here pretty quick. And there are a whole bunch of other people here. In the interest of time, I won't go everybody. I want to just touch on Lee Markham for a second. Notice crypto crypto educator. I'm going to come back to him in a minute because there's a couple of slides I want to talk about that I added just today for you to ponder, when you consider what's going on with crypto right now. Here are Mohammed's results. You notice September, 4,150 pips. Pips is a measurement of profit or loss in the Forex arena. These were definitely profit. 72% win ratio. Here is the month of October. Look at that. Doubled it. 74% win ratio. The month of November, totally on fire. Even got a little bit higher than this one, and 85% win ratio. And in the month of December, which is really all the more remarkable because December is a lousy month to trade in. There's a lot of traders that take time off. And so for him to achieve this result in this month is even more remarkable. And then look, 82%. if we took an average of these and we said 75%, which I think is a safe average based on what we see right here. If you knew nothing else and you simply learned how to take a trade and you learned how to mitigate your risk and make it so that you have the risk at an appropriate level for your risk tolerance, for many that might be 1%, it might be 0.5%, it might be even 0.25%. But if you took every trade and you were going to lose 1 out of 4 trades, but you were going to win 3 out of 4, you would be profitable. Let that sink in. You would be profitable if you took every trade that this guy generates. You're going to have 1 in 4 that loses. You're going to have 3 in 4 that wins. Cut the losers short, let the winners run. You're going to have a smile on your face. Here's what a signal looks like. This is on the gold instrument, and this is the entry. This is the stop loss, and then there are 3 take profits. When you start out, we have you just look at just taking 1. In other words, if you get good at that one, you'll figure out how to do the rest here. But again, this is something that is, you have to crawl before you walk and walk before you run. There's a lot baked into these signals, but the common theme is they're very good, and 3 out of 4 are winning. This is an S&P 500, same idea. You've got an entry, you've got a stop loss, you've got 3 take profits. As you gain skill and you gain competence, you'll learn how to take these 2. So you take a very probable profit off the table here that you let number 2 run and number 3 run, and then you take number 2 off. And, you can get so that all of a sudden you're turning what was a good trade into a home run as you develop more skill. But we'll show you how to get the probable ones when you're new. That's a good accomplishment in and of itself. Robert Russell, I want to introduce to you. He is my colleague in trading and building the business. And Robert, why don't you share with what we are up to in the live trading room, and I'll go to that slide after you've shared your information here.
Okay, thank you very much, Robert. So, folks, a little bit about myself. I'm not going to talk away, as what it says. There's nothing as bad as talking about yourself, because I laugh at myself. Folks, everybody probably knows me, Robert Russell. I'm engaged to my partner, Karina. I have 2 boys, Mason and Jaden. Folks, most importantly, we need our hobbies. I do golf, fishing, and I love my walking in the morning. Professional folks investing in Forex and crypto, love internet marketing, team building, network marketing, folks. That gets a big side of me. But the one that has my most focus is at the bottom, is a Forex educator, folks. I've really gone to town on this over the last few months. And we do this live trading session, folks, for our teams 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay. We have a breakout strategy. This is what it's all about. What do we focus on these calls? It's the DAX, which is the German 40, the euro versus the dollar, and the USD versus the JPY. Folks, it's a basic of support and resistance. We've got the trend lines in place, pivots. Most importantly, we use the fair value gap. And folks, we do have a high winning percentage. This week, we did 6 trades and we had 5 winners. So that was an incredible week on our live trading. Very happy with that. And then the other side, we have Robert doing the technical side, guys. This is so important, the technical side. Today was an incredible call. We went into MT4, MT5. We're doing a lot of back stuff in it. Trading view, position size calculator, making sure you're doing the correct lot size based on your capital. Folks, there's so much more. We have a second strategy coming in late January, possibly early February. Robert is going to be doing this. So possibility more trade ideas on the call, which is great. And I'm really looking forward to Robert getting into his strategy. And I know what it is, but it says I'm going to keep it quiet. And we're going to launch this. I would say, folks, 2 to 3 weeks, we will launch this on our live trading calls. And I'm very, very excited. Most of the people in Manifest will know it as well. But again, I'm going to throw it back to Mr. Robert M. Burns.
Thank you, Robert. And Robert and I met actually in person. We were flying back from Romania and we thought, well, why don't we stop by his island? And for my American friends on the call, Dublin is absolutely the best hub to fly back to the US because they have the custom stuff built in at the airport. It is cool. And by the way, what a fun country. What a beautiful country. We had great time visiting him up in Donegal, he and Karina. This is a book that I'm very fond of. We are very fond of. It's a book about trading psychology and a whole lot more than that. If you don't have a copy of this, I'd encourage you to visit Amazon. You can get the paperback, you can get the Kindle, you can also get the Audible and then listen to it, when you're walking or working out or whatever, driving, and then come back and read or view the diagrams in the book. It's just a wonderful treatise on this thing we are in called trading. And one of the things that he talks about is the import of trading psychology and how much more important that is than all of the other stuff. In other words, what's going on in your head when you're trading is really critical to success. Now, I want to shift gears a little bit here. This is something that is just absolutely undeniably cool and powerful. For those of you that have been in crypto a long time, we had a long, cold winter. It was brutal. I mean, and it's happened more than once in my tenure since 2017 when I got involved in crypto. But this one seemed longer and colder than normal. I mean, it was from kind of the tail end of 21 all the way through 22 and most of 23. But now things are starting to turn around. And Bitcoin's fourth halving is coming up in April of 2024. Approval of a Bitcoin spot ETF with the SEC here in the US. And I'll show you a slide in just a minute that is just it's just such a cool deal because it's finally this affords it a legitimacy which it has lacked, really. And this is something where not only it's sort of like once the dam broke, there are going to be a whole bunch of offerings in the ETF arena, spot ETF arena. And last but not least, our friend Powell in the Fed basically said that we're going to reduce rates in the US not once, not twice, but multiple times, which had a very, very powerful effect on the markets. And it will also have a very powerful effect on crypto. So couldn't be more excited about this. This was the announcement today, actually yesterday. I lie. It was yesterday that this came out. SEC approves Bitcoin ETFs for everyday investors. Yay. Yay. Now, how can you take advantage of that here? Well, this fellow right here, and I see he just popped on the call. Hello, Lee Markham. We've never met, but I hear great things about you. He's in person on the call. I had this slide here to let you know I have not attended one of his calls. I'm ashamed to even admit that publicly, but I haven't. Robert, could you chime in, if you would, please, on what your experience has been in attending Lee's calls? I'm hearing from a whole bunch of unrelated people on my team that they're delighted with this fella's recommendations and things that he is talking about and helping people understand about the crypto market. And timing right now could not be better.
Hi, Robert. Yeah, I've been on quite a few of Lee's calls. Again, I need to get on more. It just clashes with me. But folks, I've been on at least 5 or 6 of Lee's calls. And what most people describe it as, you could bring your 8 or your 10-year-old onto that call. And they could actually understand crypto, okay? Because Lee is great. He has his dad jokes. We all say this, but we all laugh with him. It's good. But folks, the knowledge that Lee has in crypto is mind-blowing. On 1 or 2 calls, as again, folks, it's not financial advice, but Lee would, be very knowledgeable in the blockchain space and what coins, to look out for, maybe coming into the bull run and getting yourself positioned right. And another thing is what Lee says, if a coin goes up, let's say you get a coin, Lee gives us a coin, and let's say it goes up 40, 50, 60%. Folks, bank your profits. Leave a little bit in the trade, but bank up your profits. There's a few coins Lee has given out on his calls. Solana was one which did, I don't know, I lost count. I think it was $10 up to over $120. There was a coin 2 weeks ago. It blew up. Another one last week.
12x works. Yeah.
Yeah, it's these calls. It's not all about giving out the coins, folks, but it's understanding crypto, okay? How it works. And as what Lee says, guys, crypto's here to stay, and I am the same. It's going nowhere. So if you're a manifest and you're available 12 p.m., 3 days a week, if I'm correct, jump on to Lee's calls. And he will
12 p.m. UK time?
Correct. 12 noon UK time, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. I think Steve's nodding his head. I hope I'm correct. Yeah, I'm correct. So yeah, 3 days a week. And folks, if you missed them, jump on to the Manifest TV. The recordings is uploaded there that evening or the next day. Okay, so you're not missing out.
Yeah, thank you very much. And to have, right now, it's very timely to have somebody, at your disposal, either if you're able to attend those live calls or via recording that's a crypto expert, because there are huge things happening, and even huger the next few months. It's going to be, I think, what we all had hoped for in crypto all along. I think it's finally, pardon the pun, going to manifest. Finally. In addition to Lee, there are a number of other things. In the interest of time, I won't cover. I'll just touch very briefly on them. But financial education, stocks, wealth management, e-commerce, real estate, travel, personal development, health and well-being, and mindfulness. These are the pricing. This is the pricing of the product. It is $50 for the first month, and then $99 a month after that each month. Also, if you choose to engage in the what is the name? Supercharged, which is the PAM account. Supercharged profits, the company charges 25% of whatever profit that you earn, and the company is compensated by that. And so this is something else to be mindful of if you do choose to engage in that particular product. There's also a CEO package, and the CEO package, it's $99 for the first month and then $349 a month thereafter. Notice that the profit amount drops from 25% to 10%. If you're going to put some real money in here, that's a big deal. The other thing that's a big deal is there's a lot of really cool stuff in travel in general for everybody, but it is enhanced for the people that have the CEO package. When I start to travel more again, I'm seriously going to consider getting that package. I'm focused just on the trading and making the money with which to travel now, but there's some things in here that it has that were very attractive to me. And I suspect others that are going to engage in a lot of travel. So find out, you can get your hands on this information from the person that referred you here and get more detail on that. Now, you also can share this with other people and build an organization, which is very powerful. Not for everybody. If you want to be a customer only, we love you. But if you want to be a customer and a business builder, also known as an IBO or an affiliate or a rep, those are all the same thing to us. And like anything else, it's important to keep it real. There's no guarantee that you'll make the level of income I'm about to show you. You accept the risk that earnings and income statements differ by individual. Boy, do they. What does somebody bring to the table? Who knows? That's very, very specific and so forth to each person. But it is exciting what can happen. To be an IBO, meaning a rep, in addition to the $50 that you saw just a moment ago for a customer, just add 20 to that for the first month, and then $19. I guess it's still 20. $20 every month thereafter. So 50 to be a customer, 99 a month, 70 to be a rep, affiliate, IBO, etc., business builder, and 119 a month. And if you want to be an IBO with the CEO package, it's 119 the first month and then 369 a month thereafter. Okay, and here's how we get compensated. One of the things I really like here is there is a focus on customers. Here's something you can take to the bank. I learned this from a fellow named Michael Klaus, credit where credit's due, many years ago. He was the editor of Upline magazine, and in the mid 90s, he shared this little tidbit with me, and I've used it ever since I first heard it. And that was this: will somebody buy the product if there's no business opportunity attached to it? Will somebody buy the product if there's no business attached to it? Ask yourself that question, and then apply that same question to companies that you've seen out in the marketplace. And we all know, there's those ones out there that you say, well, I got to buy the product to be qualified because, I got to be qualified to earn in the comp plan. So in other words, you wouldn't buy the product, be it for the comp plan. You follow me? Versus a company where the product stands on its own 2 feet and it really is a product that people want. We have a lot of people that are like, I don't like that networking stuff. I don't want to do that. I just want to be a trader. I've got a bunch of those on my team already, and I don't have a very big team yet. And already they're showing up. It's something that is such a powerful deal when you see that and you experience that. And it's in contrast to some companies when you realize that they don't have a product that passes that test, that litmus test. Now, here, when you get 3 customers, let's say you're a customer and you get 3 customers. Can you enroll 3 customers as a customer? Yes. You then have waived your own fee. That's also a criterion that is necessary in the compensation plan. If you enroll 3 customers, you are then able to earn in the comp plan. But if you're not an IBO, then you can't earn beyond just getting a rebate of your customer fee. If you're an IBO, you can go to line 2 and on down. This says if you get 10 and 10, you earn $500 a month. I can tell you with great certainty that this is happening much more rapidly than I thought it would. Will it happen for everybody? Not if they're unwilling to go to work. You got to go to work. You got to get the plane in the air to coast. And I'm not there yet. I have a goal of doing 35 by the end of the month, which is $1,500. And you can read the slide here. It gets better from there. But it's built and it's predicated on customer acquisition. That's my central point here. That's a really good sign. Customers are key. Customers are a part of this, and people are buying the product without having to be nudged about the comp plan one bit. They don't want to be involved in the comp plan other than perhaps to refer some of their pals that trade. But they may not even do that. They just want the product and they want the benefit of the product, and that's that. A really good sign when you're in this type of a organization building. Now, we also have some really cool stuff in terms of awards and rewards. There's a word I'm looking for that it escapes me at the moment. It'll come to me the minute we finish the presentation. Is Laura on here? She is. I'm completely ambushing her here. Laura, what is the word you use for this? I think your wording on this was much better than mine. Well, she may not be available because
incentive, Robert.
There we are. Thank you.
An incentive, yeah.
That lovely British accent. Yeah, incentive trips, and this is something that is a very powerful thing. Somebody could do this. They'd really have to hustle to get it done by March, because these are you'd have to hustle to get there. But is it possible? It is possible. Next year, it absolutely is possible for everybody on this call to get the very best one, which is, extend the stay, get the flights for you and your significant other and all of that. So it's a cool deal. This is who is running the company. This young man has an incredible story, Jimmy Bennett, kind of a rags to riches story, homeless to self-made millionaire, serial entrepreneur, investor, influencer, founder of multiple companies in the fintech industry, featured in Forbes, Bloomberg, and GQ. And he is doing a great job. I can't wait to meet him because he's the real deal. Customer service is based in the very south part of England, all right, on the South Shore. I looked on the map where that is, and there is a dedicated team that speaks English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Bengali that can help our clientele, and no doubt those languages will increase. Here's a picture of what that team looks like. And Jimmy is right in the middle right there. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is Manifest. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off the streaming, and we can then get into